Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your SmackDown and 205 results. But first, always birthdays. May the 2nd, Big Boss Man. He was born in 1963. Also, The Rock, 1972. May 3rd, Stu Hart. As Natalia posted a picture on her Instagram account. We'll have it. May 4th, Mr. Fuji. He was born in 1935. May 4th, Scott Armstrong, 1959. Also, Simon from the Nitro Girls, 1976. Also, Ryan Shamrock. She was born in 1979. May 5th, Brooke Hogan. She was born in 1988. May 6th, Brian Knobbs, 1964. Colt Cabana, 1980. Evie, also known as Sherry Crawley, 1988 born. Former WWE Champion The Rock posted the following on his 45th birthday on Tuesday as he kicked off day one of productions on the Rampage movie. Based on the classic video game, Rock wrote, "Day one, kicking off productions. Hashtag Rampage. In our story, we have 3 animals, gorilla, crocodile, and a wolf, who fall victim to evil genetic editing, rapidly changing every strand of their DNA so they grow, evolve, and mutate. Seems like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Heels. Well, everything becomes amplified. Their size, strength, speed, agility, and violent aggression. One of the animals infected is a rare albino gorilla named George. This is my best friend. George is played by 6'9" at tally 7487 by the name of Jason Lyles. Jason has been studying gorillas for months and now preparing for his motion capture role. Gorilla movements, body language, and all emotions, joy, pain, sadness, love, aggression, etc. It's insane when you get around this man and how he's able to brilliantly embody a gorilla. This is the most fascinating advanced VFX motion cap process I've ever worked with in my career. Incredible learning curve for me. We have the best motion capture team in the world. WETA Digital. Working on our graphic Rampage monsters, and you'll get a taste of this new technology in the upcoming War from the Planet of the Apes, as well as James Cameron's avatars. All the cool advanced technology in our movie. Well, could those be other movies that Rock is working with? Possibly. With all the cool advanced technology in our movie, the number one thing you're going to experience when you watch it, it's fun. Because when my best friend, George, not happy, then me not happy, and when I'm not happy, bad people become our lunch. Day one, hashtag kicking off production, hashtag Rampage. And Instagram The Rock. You can see more pictures of it. The Miz, my son's a WWE superstar. This link. Wait for it. Seth Rollins, my son is a WWE superstar. Hall of Famer Sting made an appearance at QPW Super Slam, a wrestling event in Qatar. On Friday night, Sting did not wrestle a match, but interfered in a match between Brian Cage and Alafa. The show featured many other big names as well, like the likes of Booker T. He wasn't mentioned, probably wasn't there. Rey Mysterio was in action. Mil Muertes was in action. Apollo and Brian Cage. Chris Masters, he was in action. Carlito was in action. PJ Black was in action. Matt Cross and Alberto El Patron, they were all. And the main event was Johnny Mundo versus Cody Rhodes, which was a draw. Well, here's the results and pictures shown here as well. QPW World Championship match. Chris Rabar versus Alberto El Patron. Results: new QPW World Champion Alberto Patron. Middle East Championship match. Johnny Mundo versus Cody Rhodes. Double count out. QPW Kings of the Ladders match. Caprice Coleman versus Johnny Storm versus Matt Cross versus Johnny Moss. Johnny Moss, your new champion. Abdullah Al-Ghafari and QPW Chairman Ali Marafi honored Abdullah Al-Sada with QPW Fan Award in 2017. He was also pictured with Sting. I'll show you that was what in that picture as well from earlier. Michael Kovac challenged any of the MMA fighter. He doesn't care, and Ali Al-Nami, the Qatar fighter, challenging, but he ran away. Fatal four-way match, part 2. I guess there was a part. Nothing other mentioned by part 1. Rey Mysterio versus Carlito versus Mil Mortez versus PJ Black. Results by Rey Mysterio won by pinfall. QPW Tag Team Championship match of Michael Kovac and Demolition Davies versus Al Snow and Apollo. Result: Al Snow and Apollo are your new QPW Tag Team Champions. Alafa versus Brian Cage. Brian won by disqualification when Sting interfered to help Brian Cage. Don't know why Brian Cage won. Because if Sting, as a face, helped out to get the win. Latest vignette for Lana's in-ring debut at this link. For WWE SmackDown, no word yet on when the Rampaging Russian will begin her dance moves to the Blue brand, but she continued to work weekend NXT Live events in Florida to improve her skills. It's worth noting that TJ Perkins is now using the name TJP on Raw and 205 Live. One of the same names he used while in TNA. Not Manic. Once he revealed himself. Perkins picked up the win over Lince Dorado on 205 Live. There's a spoiler for that. As seen on WWE NXT, Tommy made his official return to TV. Picked up a win over Kona Reeves. WWE posted a follow-up video with Reeves receiving medical attention backstage after taking a Tommy's GTS. WWE began airing this vignette for a new superstar on tonight's episode of NXT. It appears Velveteen Dream is the next gimmick for former Tough Enough participant Patrick Clark, similar to what he recently saw from Patrick Clark Experience character. WWE has announced that Aleister Black will be in action on next Wednesday's show. He will be facing Cesar Bononi. As noted, next week's show will feature a Tommy vs. Roger Strong, with the winner facing NXT champion Bobby Roode at TakeOver Chicago for the title. CBS Sports has an article here about Braun Strowman's father, Ric Flair, and his softball career. He was noted that he can possibly be the greatest slow-pitch softball player of all time, and is estimated to have hit over 1,800 home runs. As noted, tonight's SmackDown saw Kevin Owens use his payback rematch to take back the U.S. title from Chris Jericho in the main event. WWE posted the backstage video of Owens ripping the Jericho name off the title plate. I did not get the link. It wasn't posted in the results either. Regarding Jericho's status after the post-match beatdown from Owens, SmackDown Commissioner Shane McMahon noted on Talking Smack that Jericho was being taken to a local emergency room. As Storyline noted, it was likely to write Jericho off TV for the new tour with his band Fozzy. It kicks off tomorrow, Friday. The band will be touring through the month of May with concerts scheduled every Tuesday, starting next week through May 30th. Lucha Underground star Johnny Mundo, formerly known as John Morrison in WWE, suffered a nasty-looking slip at this link at Sunday's Wrestle Circus event during a match with Brian Cage. Well, both guys were at the previous event too. As seen in the video, Mundo slipped while attempting a move from the top rope and crashed to the outside of the ring. Morrison was apparently okay, as he kipped up and immediately super kick, and was able to finish the match, eventually losing to Brian Cage. Ring of Honor announced this week that Jay Lethal has been added to the Ring of Honor World Championship match at the World of Worlds pay-per-view in New York City on May 12th. Well, WWE didn't pick him up. That was stupid. He's obviously a money in the bank caliber competitor. He will face Cody Rhodes and the winner of the Ring of Honor World Championship match between champion Christopher Daniels and Matt Taven in Dearborn, Michigan on May 10th. As noted, World of Sport tapings scheduled for this month in England have been postponed. World of Sport issued the statement below stating that the tapings are being rescheduled due to contract negotiations. Carmella was on the AfterBuzz TV's Lillian Garcia show, making their way to the ring this week, which you can watch in a video. And I only got the highlights. Comments on it. Her first WrestleMania moment. Gosh, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't emotional like I was trying to so hard just to hold back tears and just be in the moment and look around and be like, holy crap. Like if you told me last year I was watching in the crowd with a lot of our NXT people and watching it, I would never in a billion years thought that I would be wrestling for the title at WrestleMania this year. I'd have told you, no way. And she comments about being split from my boyfriend Big Cass. I get home on Wednesdays and he leaves on Fridays. So we have all day Wednesday, all day Thursday, and then sometimes he'll be randomly get like a Friday off and here and there. But we've gotten used to it. And at first it was like, okay, how do we do this? How do we figure it out? But it's pretty great. I mean, I'd be lying if I said it wouldn't be nice to be on the same brand because we could see each other all the time. But then I'd probably get sick of him. He'd probably get annoyed with me because we're so opposite in so many ways. Like he's a night owl and I like to go to bed. And we just have our own ways of doing things. But it's so nice to miss him. It's so nice, like when I get home on Wednesdays, when he picks me up from the airport. It's just so nice. Like we have our few days together. And we've gotten really good at like texting and like figuring out like what works best for when he's on the road and when I'm on the road. So it's bittersweet. It's like either way we're going to be an issue, but we've really worked our way to like figuring out what works best. Well, I can see her favorite word is the word like. Being on the main roster, I feel like I'm so blessed. Our locker room since the draft has been amazing. All of our girls, we've just worked so hard together to build the SmackDown brand of this women's roster because we didn't have the 4 horsewomen. We have Becky, which is great. We didn't even have a title at first. So we're like, okay, we're working towards here. I think a magic moment. What that night we had the 6-pack challenge for the SmackDown title because all of our girls worked so hard and we put it together. And that was one of my favorite nights I've ever had in my life. Never mind in work. Just because the match was so magical, everyone really pulled together and did whatever they could to make the match the best. And everyone started crying and teared up because we just had such a magical night. It was amazing. And the locker room just had been so great. Everyone's been really so cool. How she made a name for herself. When I first got my ring name as Carmella, I knew I was going to do whatever I could to create this ridiculous, over-the-top character that would just help me to get my face. And I don't even know what I'm trying to say. But just get me out there and just show like, okay, wow, we need to pay attention to this girl because she has something. Why Triple H didn't pick her to go to the main roster with Enzo and Cass. When Hunter told me, he said the reason why you're not going with them is because you have the ability to make it on your own. You're not just a hype girl for Cass and Enzo. You're not. I see more in you. You have more potential, and you're going to be fine on your own. Yeah, she's got some wrestling ability. I give her that. And the looks. The moment she found out she was going to debut, Enzo had this hair versus hair match against Sylvester Laporte in NXT for TakeOver, and they needed to film a vignette for him getting his hair removal cream that was going to take Sylvester's hair off. So they had that, and I remember Cass told me, oh yeah, we had to film this stuff tomorrow for this thing. Then Bill DeMott came up to me at the Performance Center and said, oh, hey, do you know we need you for this shoot tomorrow? I'm like, what shoot? As if I didn't know. And he's like, the shoot for this Enzo and Cass thing. So I just thought it was just like like this little extra, and I was the chick that provided them with the hair removal cream. I was like this hairdresser that they were putting me as. And then I think it was one of the writers that were there to film. He's like, oh yeah, this is important because at the end of the segment that we were filming, the end of spilling her hair removal cream on a poodle, and the poodle lost his hair, and they needed to make sure I got this line in. Oh my gosh, you guys, you're going to get me fired. So they're like, you need to say that because that's what going to end up building up to your debut. I remember thinking, okay. And I just walked away, and I'm like I had a heart attack because I was trying to act like it was nothing. I was like, oh, okay, cool, sure. And then I walked away, and I was like dying inside thinking, oh my God, I'm going to debut. So I was like freaking out, having a stalker. I had this crazy stalker. When I first moved out there, I had nowhere to go. Like I had nowhere to go, so I was just staying in a car. Maybe about a week or so. So it wasn't crazy, but or like saying on my friend's couch, or like living off of Easy Mac, and like whatever I could do just to try to get by. Then, like I said, when I was living out there, I did have this crazy stalker at the time, but nothing came of it. But I ended up first, like they hacked into my phone and my everything, and I ended up going to the police because at the time, so I literally just made the cover of the Lakers girls calendar, which was kind of a big deal because they only had 2 calendars. I was like the cover girl or whatever. The day after was when I had got these phone calls from this guy that was stalking me. So I went to the police in LA, and I'm like, so I just got the cover of this calendar. I was afraid I was going to lose my job because the guy was just like being crazy, and they were like, man, this is LA. We can't do anything for you. So I was like, okay. It was just like it was nothing. I'm not knocking on wood. I have not heard from him or anything. Transitioning from cheerleading for the New England Patriots and dancing for the LA Lakers to becoming a wrestler. So when I was living in LA, first of all, I had actually tried out or submitted to be on Tough Enough when I was living in LA, and I ended up getting like a few callbacks, but because I had just moved out there for the Lakers, I just felt like I couldn't have done both. Like they wouldn't have let me, so I just had to stay with the Lakers because that was why I moved out there. So I did the Lakers, and then Tough Enough went by, and I didn't really think much of it again. When I was done with the Lakers, I had an agent that I used to dance for and like dance gigs and things like that, and they just randomly told me about this opportunity. They said they couldn't say the company, they couldn't say what it was for, but it was something like if you had experience in any sort of boxing or this and that, and that I had boxed all the time, and I'm an athletic background. I'm thinking, okay, well, whatever this is, I know I'd be great at it because I have an athletic background and I know about boxing. So I was like, okay, let me see. And then they ended up telling me it was for WWE. I'm like, okay, well, I need to do this because my dad was a wrestler, and this could be like the most perfect opportunity for me because I didn't know what I was going to do after dance, because dance wasn't a lifelong career. Like you can only do so much with it. And I felt like I had done everything I could, with it, and dance will always be my first love because I've done it for like 20 years or so. But I just thought, oh my gosh, this is the most perfect opportunity because I love performing. I love being in front of a live crowd. That's my favorite thing. Like I thrive off of it with my background in dance, and then with my background with my dad. When I found out about this, I ended up just getting to go meet with Seaman Canyon. And that was her interview. As seen in a link that I did not get, the Raw brand is currently on their way to Italy. I do have a picture though. For a WWE tour that runs for the next 10 days. Both brands will be back in the UK in some time for May 15th Raw and May 16th SmackDown. Pics of Heath Slater, Titus O'Neil, Curtis Axel, Roman Reigns, and Braun Strowman all together with Matt Hardy in the picture. Storyline update on Strowman and Reigns coming out of Payback is that Braun tore his rotator cuff, Reigns re-injured his wrist. But they're on the tour. Both appear to be wrestling on the current tour, but he will. I'll keep you posted on whatever goes on with that. SmackDown crew is headed overseas as of Wednesday for WWE tour over Europe, which runs through the middle of the month. WWE announced that the country music star Willie Nelson and Hall of Famer Shawn Michaels will be starring in a new movie from W Studios titled Pure Country, Pure Heart. The trailer is at this link. What I've seen is pretty good. Hall of Famer Shawn Michaels co-stars with Willie Nelson in WWE Studios film called Pure Country, Pure Heart. Burbank, California. Kick up your boots and get ready to sing your heart out as Warner Brothers, Home Entertainment, and WWE Studios bring you a touching, tune-filled, all-American tale of a family in pure country, pure heart on August 1st, 2017. Featuring country music icon Willie Nelson, Tony Award nominee Laura Bell Bundy, WWE Hall of Famer Shawn Michaels, in a feature-length film with both new and popular songs. Pure Country, Pure Heart is priced to own on DVD, Blu-ray, Combo Pack, and Digital HD. The DVD and Blu-ray Combo Pack are available exclusively at Walmart. And this film is directed by Damon Santasalvano from Another Cinderella Story and Three to Tango. From a script by New York Times best-selling author Holly Goldberg Sloan. Angels in the Outfield, Made in America. Pure Country, Pure Heart is the newest installment of the adored Pure Country franchise and also stars Caitlin Bosch from One Life to Live, Cozy Zulsdorf from Dolphin Tale and Fathers, Dolphin Tale and Dolphin Tale 2, Amanda Detmer from Final Destination, Dara Sisterhead from Dogwood Vlog and Switch to Birth, Matthew Barnes from Billy Lynn's Long Halftime Walk, Myra Turley from Flags of Our Fathers, famed singer-songwriter Ivan Neville, and Ronnie Cox from Deliverance, Total Recall, and RoboCop. Pure Country, Pure Heart is produced by Hunt Lowry, Pure Country 2, The Gift, A Time to Kill, A Walk to Remember, and executive producer by President WWE Studios, Michael Lewisi, Fighting with My Family. That's the Page story. Page family story. And Oculus and The Call. The DVD, Blu-ray, and digital HD release of Pure Country, Pure Heart will include all new original movie, as well as exciting enhancement content featuring music videos from Willie Nelson, interviews with the cast, behind the scenes, featurettes, and more. Pure Country, Pure Heart is moving, music-driven tale of teenage sisters Anna and Piper. Upon discovering a letter about their late father, a Marine who died in Iraq, they leave rural Tennessee and hit the road secretly in search of the truth about the man they never knew, their father. As they uncover his past and budding country music star, the sisters find their own voice, beginning their journeys as singers and songwriters. Filmed on location in the heart of country music capitals, New Orleans and Nashville, Pure Country, Pure Heart boasts 23 songs. Curated by music supervisors Frankie Pine from Nashville, Mozart in the Jungle, and Mandy Collier from Nashville, Secrets and Lies, including 16 new songs making their debut in the film. Among the featured songs are Willie Nelson's beloved We Don't Run, Laura Bell Bundy's all-new Grass Ain't Greener, the Ronnie Cox penned and performed Silver City, and a bevy of songs from award-winning country music songwriters including Trent Dabbs and Jay Baer and John Kinsey, Marin Morris and Dallas Davidson, and Natalia Storzinski. The songs are performed in the film by Bosch, Zulsdorf, Barnes, Bundy, Cox, and Nelson themselves. Water Tower Music will release the Pure Country, Pure Heart soundtrack on August 1st. Pure Country is a wonderful, heart-warming franchise with proven success, says Mary Ellen Thomas, Vice President of Family and Animation Marketing. Pure Country, Pure Heart pulls you in with its music and engaging story about love, loss, and dreams. This is the third film in the Pure Country series. Other titles include Pure Country 2, The Gift. Bonus featured music videos, We Don't Run, Pure Country, You Gotta Have Heart, Me or Meemaw's Pecan Pie. And that part was about Meemaw in that video link. Dark match before tonight's SmackDown in France. Fresco, California saw Luke Harper defeat Victor of the Ascension. SmackDown main event saw Kevin Owens defeat Chris Jericho to become the new U.S. champion just 2 nights after losing the title to Jericho at Payback. There was post-match angle done. That's all. Owens destroyed Jericho, possibly to write him off for TV with the upcoming Fozzy tour. Jericho is scheduled to start touring with Fozzy this coming Friday, which is being tomorrow. The band will be touring through the month of May, with concert scheduling every Tuesday starting next week through May 30th. And now for your SmackDown. Results. Of course, May 2nd. SmackDown opened up with footage from earlier in the day of Jinder Mahal doing a photo shoot with Randy Orton. With Randy Orton's title belt. SmackDown Commissioner Shane McMahon walks up and says, titles are earned around here. Jinder talks about how he will beat Orton at Backlash. Shane tells him to worry about what's happening tonight. A match against Sami Zayn. Zayn takes the title to give back to Orton. We cut to the SmackDown opening video. We're live from Save Mart Center in Fresco, California. Tom Phillips, JBL, Byron Saxon. Shane McMahon welcomes us as we makes his way to the ring as fans cheer. Shane thanks the fans for love and asks them to join in welcoming the newest member of SmackDown. The music hits and out comes new U.S. champion Chris Jericho to a pop. Jericho welcomes us to the new show of Jericho. Shane says there's an entire locker room of guys that want to have a dream match with Jericho. Shane confirms that Jericho will defend against Kevin Owens tonight. Music interrupts and out comes AJ Styles to a pop. Styles says a lot has changed since he and Jericho were on the same show. Fan dueling chants. He informs Jericho that he is standing in the house that AJ Styles built. AJ reminds Jericho of their former tag team. Styles says that he would love to take the title from Jericho at Backlash if Jericho is still the champion at the end of the night. Jericho brags about making Owens tap out at Payback. Jericho says he's the new face of America. Jericho goes to add Styles to the list, but the music interrupts and out comes Owens. Owens says this is the most pathetic thing he's seen. Jericho, Styles, and Shane arguing about things that don't matter. Fans chant, "You tapped out," but Owens says that don't matter either. All that matters is him getting the title back. Owens says that the Festival of Friendship and WrestleMania 33 were nothing compared to what he's going to do to Jericho tonight. Owens wonders why AJ is even out here. He tells AJ to get the hell out of his ring. AJ leaves the ring and meets Owens on the ramp. They start brawling. Officials come down to break it up. Jericho yells them to fight, to let them fight. Shane leaves the ring, tries to help break up the fight. Still to come, Naomi, Charlotte Flair, and Carmella, and Natalya. We see Jinder Mahal walking backstage with the Singh brothers. We got a commercial. Back from the break, the announcers reveal that AJ Styles has been banned from ringside for the main event. Sami Zayn versus Jinder Mahal first match. We go to the ring, out comes Sami. We see footage of Baron Corbin attacking him on Talking Smack, which led to Corbin being suspended after pushing an official. Jinder Mahal was out next with the Singh brothers. Back and forth start the match. Jinder turns around, taunts Sami with shots. Sami ends up sending Jinder out of the ring by the Singh brothers. Sami stands tall and looks as we go to commercial. Back from the break, Jinder is in control in the ring. We see how the Singh brothers provided a distraction to allow Jinder to send Sami into the barrier during the break. Sami fights back, but Jinder catches him in a tilt-the-world slam for a 2 count. Jinder with more offense and another pin attempt. Jinder with a big elbow to the head. Jinder ends up taking Sami to the top for a superplex, but Sami fights him off. Sami headbutts Jinder to the mat. Sami jumps at him and rolls through. Jinder follows up with a big knee for a 2 count. Sami looks to make another comeback. Sami nails the crossbody for a 2 count. More back and forth, and close 2 counts. Jinder blocks the Blue Thunder Bomb. Sami counters and goes for the Tornado DDT out of the corner, but it's botched. Sami waits for the Haluva kick, as they should out. They changed it last week. They call it Hell of a Kick, well, like I pronounce it. But Jinder was pulled away by safety by Sunil Singh. Fans boo. Sami runs the ropes for a dive, but Samir grabs his ankle. Sami turns around to face him, but Jinder catches him from behind with the Cobra Clutch slam for the win. It's not a Cobra Clutch, it's just a sleeper hold slam. After the match, Jinder stood tall with the Singh brothers as we go to replays. Natalya, Carmella, James Ellsworth, and Tamina approach Becky Lynch backstage. They try to talk her onto their side against Charlotte Flair, and they have her back. Becky tells them to let her think about it. They walk off. Ty Dillinger backstage walking. We go to commercial. Back from the break, they air the Shinsuke Nakamura Backlash promo. Dolph Ziggler backstage watching with some extras. He can't believe Nakamura is getting the push he's getting. He isn't even here tonight. He keeps referring to Nakamura as this guy. When Shane McMahon comes up and reminds Ziggler his name and their meeting last week, we hear fans chanting for Nakamura in the arena. Ziggler remembers being impressed by Nakamura's entrance, but that's about it. He goes on and says he's going to hurt Sin Cara tonight. Aiden English from the Vault Villains in singles action versus Ty Dillinger. Aiden English is in the ring with a mic. He calls for a spotlight and sings about the Drama King. He's interrupted by Ty Dillinger to a pop. The bell rings and Aiden English attacks from behind with a running knee in the corner. English beats Ty down and talks trash about Ty interrupting him. They run the ropes and Dillinger nails a big forearm. Ty keeps on and hits a clothesline. Ty stops away in the corner as the fan count along. Ty keeps control and drops English over his knee for an easy win. After match, Dillinger makes his exit as we get replays. English throws a fit in the ring. Still to come segment, the United States title is on the line. Back to commercial. Back from the break, Chris Jericho is approached by Renee Young backstage. Aiden English walks up, and apparently he's crying. Jericho says there's no crying in wrestling. He tries to cheer English up, but just adds him to the list. English cries some more. Jericho also adds Renee to the list and walks off. English is left in tears. We get a look at look at how this week's show ended with Carmella, Natalya, and Tamina taking out Naomi and Charlotte. Dr. Fuentes is backstage with Charlotte now. Charlotte says the so-called welcoming committee just delayed the inevitable last week. She goes on and says SmackDown Women's title is her destiny, even if she and Naomi are tagging tonight. Carmella approaches. Natalya and Tamina come from behind. Charlotte sees what's about to happen and strikes first. They beat her down and throw her into her production cases. Carmella taunts Charlotte as they get into her face now. Tamina welcomes her to SmackDown. Natalya says they will see her out there tonight later on. As they walk. Naomi and Charlotte versus Carmella and Natalya. We go to ring. Out comes SmackDown Women's Champion Naomi as Greg Hamilton does ring introductions. Naomi dances as we go to commercial. Back from the break. Looks like we got to have a handicap match. Natalya and Carmella are out with Tamina and James Ellsworth. Naomi talks with the referee and agrees to go. Carmella starts off and talks some trash. They trade some shots, and Naomi catches a kick before unloading. Natalya tags in and stares Naomi down. Natalya takes her down and trades holds before breaking and facing off. They go at it, and Naomi gets the upper hand, sending Natalya to the floor. Naomi goes for a baseball slide, but Natalya catches her and sends her face first into the steps. Natalya comes back in and slams Naomi's face into the mat, then stands on her, shows off. Carmella comes back in for a bit, double teaming for a pin attempt. Carmella keeps Naomi grounded. Naomi cuts her off, but Carmella counters and drops her on her head. Carmella then mounts Naomi with a strike. Carmella with more offense and a 2 count. Natalya comes back in and beats Naomi down in the corner. They keep control until the music hits, and out comes Charlotte. Flair selling a beatdown from earlier. Charlotte stands on the apron and waits for a tag. She gets it and comes in, unloads on Natalya. Charlotte delivers a neck breaker in it with a big boot. She stands tall for a pop. Charlotte goes for the figure 4, but Carmella runs in. Charlotte drops her. Natalya and Charlotte tangle on the apron. Charlotte slams her face first into the corner. Carmella gets involved again, allowing Natalya to drop her on the apron. Go to commercial. Back from the break, Charlotte gets brought down by Carmella for a 2 count. Carmella misses a Bronco Buster, and Naomi gets a tag. Comes in the crossbody. Natalya gets knocked off the apron. Naomi keeps on a jawbreaker on Carmella. Naomi hits a rear view on Carmella. But Natalya has the referee distracted. Naomi takes her out with a kick. Ellsworth then gets on the apron. Provides a distraction, allowing Carmella to roll Naomi up with a handful of tights for the win. After the match, Naomi starts brawling with Carmella until Natalya and Tamina rush the ring. Tamina and Natalya double team Charlotte, while Carmella takes Naomi to the corner. Music hit, out comes Becky Lynch, but the welcoming committee waits for her to enter the ring. Becky looks to stand with them as she looks down at Charlotte. Becky faces them and goes to shake Tamina's hand. Fans boo as they shake. She also shakes Carmella and Natalya's hands. Hugging Natalya, Ellsworth puts his hand out next, but Becky proposes a hug. She shoves Ellsworth into Tamina and starts brawling with the group. Becky stomps on Carmella, but turns around to a super kick from Tamina. Carmella then tosses Naomi to the floor. Natalya holds Becky while Tamina hits her. Charlotte is also tossed to the floor. Natalya holds Becky while Carmella decks her next. The group stands tall in the middle of the ring as Carmella's music hits and the fans boo. Still to come segment, Owens versus Jericho, your main event, back to commercial. Back for the break, we get another promo for a new day. They're coming to SmackDown soon. After Kofi's injury. Heels. Sin Cara versus Dolph Ziggler. We go to the ring. Sin Cara awaits in the ring with his new glow gear. I didn't see this. I didn't see much of SmackDown anyway. I spent some valuable time with some friends. Ziggler took early control, but Sin Cara made a comeback, and Ziggler tried to make an example of Sin Cara. Sin Cara hit a moonsault and worked Ziggler over. Ziggler charged, but Sin Cara sent him to the apron, blasting Ziggler to the floor. Sin Cara ran the ropes and nails a dive for a pop. Sin Cara rolled Ziggler back in the ring, but Ziggler catches him with a neck breaker in the middle of the rope. Ziggler nails it, gets a 2 count. More back and forth. Ziggler goes for the famouser, but Sin Cara countered and planted Ziggler with a 1-arm slam. Sin Cara with a 2 count. Sin Cara then got a lucha chant started. Going. He goes for another moonsault, but Ziggler got his knees up. Ziggler ends up connecting with a super kick for the win. After the match, Ziggler had his arm raised. As we go to replay, Ziggler hits the corner to talk trash and pose. So the come segment, Owens versus Jericho, back to commercial. Back from the break, we get new debut, teaser for Lana. Backstage segment with Noam Dar for a promo to hype tonight's 205 Live. He will be facing Rich Swann. We cut to a Law and Order spoof titled The Fashion Files that shows #1 contenders Tyler Breeze and Fandango backstage with more Fashion Police shenanigans. Then the hype their backlash match against the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Usos. And your main event. So, last we go to ring. Out comes the U.S. Champion Jericho for tonight's main event. Kevin Owens is out next for his rematch from Payback. AJ Styles has been banned from ringside. And we go to commercial. Back from the commercial, we get former ring introductions from Greg Hamilton. Bell rings and they go at it. Owens unloads, but Jericho drop kicks him. Owens goes to the floor for a breather. Jericho focuses on the injured hand from Payback. They bring it back in, and Owens turns things around. Owens works Jericho over and puts a boot to his neck as the referee counts. Fan chant stupid idiot at Owens now. He hits a 10 time for a 2 count. Owens with a chop in the corner, and then another. Owens turns around with a drop kick, talks to trash. Jericho takes it to the corner, but misses when Owens moves. Jericho tumbles over the top rope and lands to the floor. Owens goes to the floor, nails the cannonball into the barrier. Owens brings it back in the ring for a 2 count. Then we go to commercial. Back from the break, Owens sends Jericho into the apron. Jericho goes to the top, but Owens catches him on the way down. With a shot to the gut, Jericho blocks a pop-up powerbomb and drops Owens. Owens blocks the Lion's Top with knees. Owens misses a corner cannonball. Jericho hits Lion's Top for a 2 count. Owens blocks the walls to Jericho. Jericho goes to the walls again and is knocked in. Owens breaks it and ends up hitting a super kick for a 2 count. Fan chant, this is awesome now. Jericho blocks a pop-up powerbomb and goes for the walls again. Jericho gets it locked in again. This time in the middle of the ring. Takes a minute, but Owens finally makes it to the bottom rope. One finger. They end up on the floor, and Owens goes for another super kick. Jericho ends up hitting the concrete off of a DDT. Jericho sells an injury now. Owens brings him back in the ring, but it's slow to make it back in himself. Owens nails the super kick for a close 2 count. Owens talks some trash, picks Jericho up. Jericho takes advantage and rolls Owens up for a 2 count. Owens hits him, then nails a pop-up powerbomb for the win and becomes your U.S. champion again. At the bell, Owens takes the title, rolls to the floor as we go to replays. Owens starts heading to the back, and officials and paramedics come to tend to Jericho. Owens comes back in for another pop-up powerbomb. Owens picks up Jericho, yells he was never his best friend, then pushes him back to the mat. Fans boo Owens as he raises his title in the middle of the ring. Referees go back Owens out of the ring as Jericho is being checked on. Owens leaves and stops to raise his title on stage. Jericho is helped out of the ring and up the ramp. New U.S. champion comes back and knocks Jericho down. Owens wraps a steel chair around Jericho's head and rams him into the ring post neck first. Owens makes his exit with the title, and SmackDown goes off the air with Jericho yelling in pain. Alright, as 205 Live airing starts, they're still attending to Jericho. With the medical staff attending to him as 205 Live starts. TJP and Lince Dorado can be found at this link. Kickoff early standoff between the two. Corey Graves attempts to put over TJP's new style and attitude, but immediately gets discouraged when Perkins dabs. Moments later, Dorado grounds Perkins and delivers a dab of his own. Salsa style at this link. Action heads to the outside. Dorado connects with an Asai moonsault on Perkins. Both men get back in the ring. Dorado tries to take to the air, but Perkins takes out his legs. Dorado crashes the mat. Perkins starts to beat him down. TJ hits a springboard senton on Lentz and dabs it again. TJP controls the next few minutes of the match. Both men go to the top rope. Perkins attempts to take off Dorado's mask. It backfires when Dorado knocks him down and hits a moonsault double foot stomp. Momentum continues for Lentz when he hits a crossbody for near fall. Dorado then attempts a handspring stunner, but Perkins evades it and delivers a stiff kick to Dorado's head. Moments later, Lentz hits a sunset flip from the top rope. Then he goes to recover Perkins for a potential pinfall. TJP grabs Dorado's mask. Lentz retreats and then gets caught in the knee bar and taps out. And that can be found at this link. As Perkins defeats Lentz Dorado by submission. WB says the hand on the mask, Luchador LD caught in the knee bar, and that steals the victory for at Mega TJP. Hashtag 205 live. I'm getting the Twitter feed for the results on this one. A sit-down interview with Brian Kendrick aired. Interview is conducted by Corey Graves. In the interview, Kendrick defends his action toward Akira Tozawa. Kendrick said that his goal all along has been to be a mentor and teach Tozawa, and has said Akira has disrespected and insulted him. Kendrick is disappointed that Tozawa has been focusing on playing to the crowd with his chants rather than winning, just as Kendrick is continuing his rant. He is kicked out of a chair by Tozawa. Akira sits in Kendrick's chair and says that lesson number 5 is always end an interview with impact, which can be seen in this link. I wanted him to be my protege. That is why I'm insulted. At Mr. Brian Kendrick at Tozawa Akira, hashtag 205 live. And another tweet from 205 live at WB205 live. Lesson number 5, always end an interview with impact. At Tozawa Akira just kicked Mr. Brian Kendrick right out of the hot seat on hashtag 205 live. And you can see all these links there for you, lesson 5. Mustafa Ali versus Drew Gulak. At this link. A Clash of Styles goes down on 205 live as at Mustafa Ali WB goes on with at Drew Gulak. Gulak makes his way to the ring with a new theme and his no flies on time. Again, you can go see the picture from the link. He also has a megaphone with him and tries to get the crowd to chant no high flying. A pre-match promo by Gulak airs when he talks about Ali's reckless showboating. I'm here to make an example out of you. I'm declaring Fresco a no-fly zone. At Drew Gulak has a message for at Mustafa Ali WB on 205 Live. Gulak controls the early portion of the match. He trash talks Ali while pounding away at him. Ali starts to rally, hits an arm drag, and Hurricanrana. Ali then tries to go to the top rope, and Gulak leaves the ring to prevent Ali from going to the air. The delay in the action enables Gulak to retake control with a clothesline that turns Ali inside out. Gulak then takes Ali down to the mat with a side headlock. Mustafa rallies again, and the pace of the match picks up. Ali hits a big boot on Gulak and then rolling neck breaker. He tries to head to the top, but Gulak grabs his ankle. Ali breaks free and heads up top again. Goes for a frog splash, but Gulak put his knees up and at the last second and just pins him off the knee smash. Gulak defeats Mustafa Ali by pinfall. After the match, Gulak was interviewed in the ring by Dasha Fentes. Drew talks about his campaign and he criticizes the fans for encouraging people like Ali to take to the air. Gulak then says that Ali just proved his campaign messages by crashing and burning. And that can be found in this link. He crashed and he burned. And that's why he lost at Drew Gulak at Mustafa Ali on 205 Live. Phillips with Graves reset the show at ringside. They go over the current Noam Dar, Alicia Fox, Rich Swann storyline. A video package followed of what was taking place between the three in the last several weeks. Rich Swann versus Noam Dar. No link for that one. Plus the after the Alicia Foxy saga at Gotta Get Swan and at Noam Dar look to settle their score on hashtag 205 Live. Something funny about Tom Phillips referring to Noam Dar as a Euro trash pervert repeatedly. Both men take to the mat early on with side headlock when Dar tried to speed up the action. He gets shot by Swan, put back into a side headlock. After Dar worked hard to escape and does, he ends up eating a beautiful drop kick from Swan. And Swan took him back down to the mat after getting only a 2 count. Dar tried to break free with a back suplex, but Swan retained control with side headlock. And Dar finally escaped by lifting Swan and draping him over the top rope. Dar then knocked a hanging Swan off the ropes and he crashed to the floor. Dar now in control, grounded and pounded Swan for the next couple of minutes. Swan tried to battle back, but his leg is swept out from underneath him. Noam Dar then hit a nice looking butterfly suplex for a near fall. Noam then stays in control on the mat, goes to work on Swan's arm. Dar then hit a belly to back suplex on Swan. He sets up for the finisher, but Swan evaded it. Swan then rallied Fury strikes and cornered Dar. They battle to the apron as Dar regained control by hitting a soccer-style kick on Swan. They trips him up. The two men then battle near the announce desk outside the ring and ram each other's heads onto the desk and then trade strikes. Refs count reaching at 9. Both men get beat the clock back in. Side the ring. Swan sends Dar to the opposite side, then hits the top rope plancha. Swan then grabs Dar, drapes him over the barricade, and he's hit with a leaping leg drop on Noam. Then Swan sets up Dar in the ring, hits a Phoenix Splash, but Dar surprisingly kicks out. There was a hesitation in Swan's cover because he injured his arm over the landing. Phoenix Splash has gets Swan nearing victory over Noam Dar on 205 Live. This link here. Moments later, Swan tries to springboard off the second rope, but gets caught in midair, placed in a Fujiwara armbar. Swan teases tapping out and gets to the bottom rope to break the hold. Frustrated Noam Dar then sets up Swan's left arm over the bottom rope. As he tries to leap on it, Swan moves out of the way, delivers a super kick. Swan tries to go for the Phoenix Splash again, but Dar shoots him up. Swan crashes on the mat. Noam finishes off Swan with a running kick and secures the victory. After the match, Alicia Fox makes her way to the ring. She tries to get back together with Dar again. The fans chant no, but Dar ends up hugging and reuniting with Alicia to the fans' dismay. And that can find that link. 205 Live comments again on Twitter. If this doesn't tug at the strings, we don't know what does. And Alicia Foxy and Noam Dar have reunited on 205 Live. SmackDown's Women's Champion, Naomi, tweeted the following, warning Carmella and James Ellsworth after a SmackDown episode. Naomi and Charlotte Flair lost a tag match to Carmella and Natalya after Ellsworth distracted Naomi for a pinfall. As Naomi says, at Carmella WWE and at hashtag Ellsworthless link, y'all got some glow coming your way. Yours truly. From yours truly. Hashtag GlowChamp. Hashtag SD Live. The Dark main event from 205 Live and SmackDown in Fresco, California saw US WWE Champion Randy Orton, Shinsuke Nakamura, and AJ Styles defeat Eric Rowan, Dolph Ziggler, and Jinder Mahal. Orton and Nakamura did not appear on tonight's TV broadcast. And here's the post-match photo of them. And you can also see a full link in this right here for you. For clarification on Chris Jericho's WWE status. It should be noted that he is still a member of SmackDown brand. There was some confusion on whether or not he was being sent back to Raw with the U.S. title loss to Kevin Owens, but that is not the case. As noted, Jericho's band Fozzy will resume touring this Friday and will run through the month of May. Last night's post-match with beatdown angle was likely done to write Jericho off TV while he tours. And that concludes my SmackDown 205 results for this week. See you one of you. If you don't know, just call me, brothers and sisters.